This is a weekly weather briefing for December the 3rd, 2015. Before we talk about the forecast, I wanted to recap what occurred earlier this week with heavy rainfall and flooding. The chart on the left shows the observed rainfall that was seen starting on November 28th in the evening all the way through December 2nd when the rain pretty much ended. You see the purple area there in North Georgia, that's the ground zero, which received over 6 inches. A lot of places in northwest Georgia saw over 3 inches in the red. Most of Atlanta and areas along there to the south were spared of the heavy rain, so we didn't see much flooding problems there. The picture on the right shows a bridge that was washed out, and some Facebook was used to communicate that from Gilmer County Public Safety. Kudos to them for communicating all that information in a timely and effective way, but a lot of impacts up there. Thankfully, the rain has ended. Here is what we're expecting as far as flooding in the forecast for the next day or two. Even though the rain has ended, there's still going to be rises on the rivers, especially on the Conasauga River. This is just one forecast we're looking at near Tilton that shows the river is not forecast to reach a crest of 23 feet until Friday morning. This forecast may have changed, so we've got a web address at the top for you to check to get the latest information. But mostly minor flooding. All those points in orange are at flood stage or above flood stage, and forecast to remain in that minor category. Here's the current weather from a satellite perspective on a large scale on the left, and on the right zoomed into Georgia with temperatures. Mostly high clouds. Those clouds you're looking at are from earlier this morning, but hasn't changed a whole lot today. There's still a lot of high clouds in the area. That should be clearing out tonight, and mostly sunny skies tomorrow. There's a website where you can look at this on your own. But pretty neat site. The areas that are shaded in green in northwest Georgia, again, that's the areas of flood warnings along the rivers that are going to be in flood for a little bit longer. And since we're talking about rainfall and how much has fallen, a lot of us may have assumed that there's been a tremendous amount of heavy rainfall and we'd be above normal across the whole state. And it turns out that's true across North Georgia, but in the areas in yellow shown on this map, for 2015 to date, as of today, Thursday, most of the areas in Middle Georgia and South Georgia are actually below normal. So those yellow and darker orange colors are below normal for the year. So for instance, at Atlanta, we're almost 10 inches above normal. Athens, over 10 inches above normal for the year so far. But Macon, nearly 4 inches below normal. Here's a national look at hazards the next 3 to 7 days for the week. Nothing in Georgia or across the eastern continental U.S. for that matter. There's some purple areas there in Texas and Oklahoma, Arkansas. Those are for existing flooding that will continue from heavier rain earlier this weekend. The winds out west may also be a problem. Okay, this looks a little busy, but what we're showing here is the forecast, and I picked a point here. This is just for Atlanta, for instance, but it's similar across other parts of Georgia. Dry conditions. So on the map, on that chart there in the middle of the screen, when we selected Atlanta, it's giving you a 7-day forecast from the same preview.weather.gov website. The green, no green, indicates no chance of rain, but then if you see on Sunday night and on Monday, we have an increasing chance of rain. Only about 30% is about as high as it gets on Monday. And that's true pretty much everywhere. So other than Monday and Sunday night and maybe Monday night as well, we're looking at mostly dry conditions with near normal temperatures. So to wrap things up, dry weather expected through Sunday. We've got a forecast on the screen, and as an example, at Jonesboro, Georgia. Slightly below normal temperatures, the high temperatures in the 50s, low temperatures in the 30s and 40s. The only chance of rain we're looking at is Sunday night and Monday, maybe a little bit after that on Monday night. Nothing heavy, mostly light rain at this time. Water levels are expected to recede through the week. There's a couple points that may have to go up another little bit before it crests and then recede. That's on the Conasauga River for the most part. But anyway, we should be in good shape with no more additional rainfall, so look forward to that. No other hazards are expected, so that's all we got. Thanks a lot for joining us. We'll see you next week.